This case isn't just about probation violations, it's about survival, addiction, and the brutal honesty of a judge who refuses to sugarcoat the truth. Meet Ms. Clark, a 27-year-old dancer, a single mom, and a woman trying to break free from the chains of cocaine addiction. She's standing before the court after failing multiple terms of her probation, testing positive for drugs, skipping required meetings, and falling behind on fines. But what happens next isn't your typical courtroom sentencing. The judge delivers a raw, unfiltered reality check that forces everyone in the room and watching at home to sit up and listen. This isn't just Lute's life, and it's about to get very real. Stick with us as we break down the emotional punches, legal, rulings, and life-or-death lessons in this unforgettable courtroom session.
All right, Ms. Clark, raise your right hand for me. Solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so you can put your hand down. You're before the court on 2024 CR 07413. You were before this court on the 17th day of September 2024 for simple battery, obstructing an officer, and theft of services. You had 8 months and 2 days remaining. Says that you failed to avoid injurious and vicious habits. You tested positive for cocaine. On December 11th, 2024, you failed to comply with counseling, substance abuse counseling as ordered. You failed to attend an AA or NA meeting 1 per week as directed, and you failed to pay $650 in arrears. All right, Mr. Taylor, what's going on?
Your Honor, we do stipulate to the positive.
This case isn't just about probation violations, it's about survival, addiction, and the brutal honesty of a judge who refuses to sugarcoat the truth. Meet Ms. Clark, a 27-year-old dancer, a single mom, and a woman trying to break free from the chains of cocaine addiction. She's standing before the court after failing multiple terms of her probation, testing positive for drugs, skipping required meetings, and falling behind on fines. But what happens next isn't your typical courtroom sentencing. The judge delivers a raw, unfiltered reality check that forces everyone in the room and watching at home to sit up and listen. This isn't just Lute's life, and it's about to get very real. Stick with us as we break down the emotional punches, legal, rulings, and life-or-death lessons in this unforgettable courtroom session.
Test for cocaine. Regarding the failure to comply with counseling and failure to attend NA meetings, Ms. Clark has proof of taking the classes. I don't believe she's completed or the substance abuse treatment program. She has proof of attending to provide Ms. Chang and proof of attending the AA meetings. So that's the current, she lapsed.
How old are you, Ms. Clark?
Ma'am,
How old are you?
I'm 27.
All right,
Oh my God, what happened?
No, you're good.
Oh.
This goes out sometimes, but you
Okay.
can still see the judge here.
Okay.
27, Your Honor, and my understanding is there are some fines that are in arrears that she has indicated to me that she will be able to pay or make payments towards.
Yes, sir.
Ms. Clark, you have a job?
Yes, ma'am. I do a little bit of.
Let's break this down. Ms. Clark failed key terms of her probation. She tested positive for cocaine, didn't complete substance abuse counseling, missed AA/NA meetings, and owes $650 in fines. From a legal standpoint, any one of these is grounds for revocation. The court gave her a roadmap to stay out of jail, and she veered off at every turn. But here's the twist: her defense is trying to argue partial compliance. She may not have finished treatment, but she started it. She has receipts. Literally, is that enough to sway the judge? Let us know, should incomplete effort count in the eyes of the law?
Dancing that night, I danced, so I didn't indulge, but thank God, like in alcohol, because I know that's the reason why I was on.
Ms. Clark, you dancing, but they don't serve cocaine at the clubs. I used to represent clubs, so I know that they serve alcohol, but they don't serve cocaine.
Yes,
What I'm telling you is you're on probation. You have a responsibility to stay out of jail. Now, I don't mind you dancing. I mean, it's good work if you can do it. But then the money is good. But the problem that dancers have is y'all don't know what to do with the money. It's easy come, easy go. You never get set aside enough to take care of you when you can't dance anymore, when you get tired of dancing. You never buy anything that's going to last. And so because the money comes in fast, you live a wild life and you spend it fast. What I'm telling you is, if I know dancing ain't somebody's goal growing up, like, oh, I'm gonna grow up to be a dancer. But if that's what you do it and use it to better yourself and get to the next step.
Yes, ma'am. I hear you. Like, so,
Instead of just, you know, bringing the money in and letting it go right out, instead of spending it on things that don't last, spend it on something you can use. Stack that money and buy a house.
When Ms. Clark casually mentions she dances at night for work, the courtroom tone shifts. But the judge doesn't shame her profession, far from it. Instead, she dives into a deeper truth about financial habits and personal growth. This is one of those rare moments where legal proceedings meet real-world mentorship. The judge uses this chance not to ridicule, but to educate. Fast money often disappears faster if you don't plan for what comes next. This is more than is a life lecture in real time, and honestly, it hits hard.
Don't buy no flashy car that's gonna be gone, or that's gonna waste your money. As soon as you drive it off the lot, it's worth a lot less than what you paid for. Buy a good, serviceable, usable car so you can get back and forth to work, and start thinking about the moves you're gonna make in life. The first move being, you're gonna stop using cocaine, because that's gonna shorten your dancing career. You got me?
yes, ma'am.
Am I making sense?
Absolutely. Crystal.
Do you know people who have suffered and not done what they need to do in the position you're in?
A lot of people.
So why do you want to add yourself to that? I don't look down on people who dance. That's a job.
Yes, ma'am.
But you use jobs for what they're supposed to be for, to get you to a next level, to make your life better.
Yes,
Do you have kids?
yes, ma'am. I have an 11-year-old daughter.
Okay. You have an 11-year-old daughter.
This is courtroom wisdom at its best. The judge goes from talking about cocaine to cars, and yet every word makes sense. She's not just revoking probation, she's laying out a blueprint for generational stability. She pushes Ms. Clark to think beyond the club, to imagine owning property, building credit, and becoming the kind of mother her daughter can rely on. These aren't things you typically hear from a bench, but in this courtroom, financial literacy is justice. Who else thinks more judges should talk like this?
Your daughter does not need a mama who's turned into cocaine. You got me?
Yes,
You can explain the dancing. That's work. The cocaine, you can't. And as long as that's in your life, she probably won't be in your life. Who's caring for her?
my mother.
Okay, here's another secret. Your mom does not want to be the full-time caretaker for your daughter. When you go to jail, when you're not able, when you're not available to be there to do the homework, to walk her to school, to make sure she's taken care of, that she has what she needs, that falls on your mom. If your mama wanted another baby, she could have had one. She did not. She's doing that because she loves her granddaughter, but she doesn't want to have to do it.
This is the emotional core of the entire hearing. The judge pivots from probation terms to raw parenting reality. Your daughter does not need a mama who's turned into cocaine. That line cuts deeper than any gavel drop. It's a sobering reminder that substance abuse doesn't just affect the user, it ripples out, touching children, grandparents, and entire family structures. The courtroom is silent here, and for good reason. When justice speaks from the heart, you listen. And if you're a parent, this one hits like a freight train.
Yes, ma'am.
You got me?
Yes, ma'am.
So you need to straighten up and fly right. You got somebody who's looking up at you, who's depending on you. You need to use that money for what it's for, to make sure she has stability in her life.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you consider yourself a good mama?
Absolutely. I
Okay,
for myself.
then good mamas make sure that their kids are safe, secure, and not wondering where they are at night. You hear me? So you're in jail, she's wondering what's going on. And you know some nosy family member has told her all about what's going on, because they can't keep nothing to themselves.
Yes, ma'am.
So you need to get back on track. You hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
What's the recommendation, Ms. Chan?
Your Honor, probation recommends 6 days be revoked, credit for time served since January the 8th, return to probation under the same conditions.
All right, Ms. Clark, the reason people can't have come out here, and I've been dropping the hammer on revoking 6 months, revoking 90 days. The reason I'm giving you a break is because you came in here showing that you had at least gone to some of the programs I ordered you to go to. You understand? You have made an effort on probation to do some of what I asked you to do. All right? You didn't go out and get another charge. You did do something that's going to harm you, not somebody else, but you started on what I asked you to do.
That's not just tough love, it's tough truth. The judge lays bare what many grandparents feel but rarely say. They didn't sign up to raise their grandkids. They're filling the gap out of love, not obligation, and it's burning them out. This kind of real talk doesn't show up in legal briefs, but it's the emotional infrastructure behind thousands of custody cases across the country. Grandmothers stepping in while mothers battle addiction. It's a quiet epidemic, and this judge just shined a bright light on it.
Be diligent about getting through with what I asked you to do. And the reason that certain things are in there, the counseling session, is because you need to be the best person that you can be so your daughter has the best mama she can have.
Yes, ma'am.
And those are things made to help you think through those issues. You understand me?
Yes,
Let me let you in on another little secret. I always think that when people turn to substances, it usually is because of one of two things: bereavement or trauma. You either have lost somebody very close to you and you're having trouble coping, or you have a trauma experience in your past and you have not dealt with it and you are having trouble coping. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Legally speaking, this is critical. The judge acknowledges Ms. Clark didn't commit a new offense, but she did violate probation through self-destructive behavior. That distinction matters in sentencing. She didn't steal, assault, or against another person, but she relapsed. So the court is choosing compassion, 6 days revoked instead of 6 months. Why? Because effort counts? She showed up with proof of progress. This is a gamble by the court, a chance for redemption. Instead of punishment, would you have given her that same break?
Counseling is there for you. Take some of that money and find you a therapist
Yes,
so
ma'am.
that you can get on the good path. There is nothing wrong with therapy. Been there, done that. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
But don't let somebody tell you, oh, you're not crazy, you don't need that. No, you're not crazy. But you want to be the best mama that you can be for your child, and you want to think through the issues and work through whatever has you stuck, whatever has you thinking that, let me just check out for a minute, let me take this cocaine. Whatever that is that has you stuck where you can't save this money and move on to the next part of your life. Don't be that cliche of the dancer who never lets it go.
This is where the judge shifts from sentencing to searching. She identifies the root of Ms. Clark's addiction, not just poor choices, but buried trauma or unresolved grief. This kind of insight is rare in courtrooms. She even reveals her own experience with therapy, normalizing mental health support in a space that usually punishes symptoms instead of addressing causes. This isn't just justice, it's healing, and it's powerful to watch. Have you ever seen a judge get this personal on the bench?
Yeah.
Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So I'm going to accept your plea. I'll sentence you. I'll revoke 6 days. I'll give you credit for time served. You'll go back to probation and complete the balance of your probation conditions. Did you order any, and you'll test at each report?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Ms. Clark, you got a baby. You got a child. She needs you.
Done TB the cliche, it's more than a warning, it's a dare. The judge challenges Ms. Clark to rise above every stereotype society's boxed her into. Single mom, dancer, addict, but here's the nuance: she's not shaming her, Job. She's shaming stagnation. You can dance, but you better have a plan. You can hustle, but you better invest. You can struggle, but you better heal. Because if you don't, you're just another story. And this judge is sick of seeing that story repeat.
Every time you think about doing something stupid, her face should pop up in your head. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
And
Ms. Chang, anything else?
yes, Your Honor, just to give Ms. Clark her next appointment for this Thursday, January 16th at 1:45.
Stuff that you've done, even if it's not finished,
Mhm.
bring proof of it to Ms. Chang.
Okay.
What was that time and date again, Ms. Chang?
January 16th at 1:45.
Thank you, Ms. Chang.
Does this
Thank
mean
you, Mr. Taylor.
all over again? Okay.
This is what courtroom accountability really looks like. The judge drills home one simple image: your daughter's face. Every time you think about slipping, relapsing, running from responsibility, remember her. That's not legal doctrine. That's moral gravity. And when you put a child's face next to a bag of cocaine, the stakes become crystal clear. This isn't just a sentence, it's a final warning. One more mistake, and this little girl loses her mother to the system.
All right, Ms. Clark, you know I understand the game, right?
Yes, ma'am.
I tell you, I used to represent clubs, so I probably represented 4 or 5 of them.
Yes, ma'am.
Don't get caught up. All right? All right, going back with the sheriff's office.
Thank you. You have a good day.
Thank you, Your
You
Honor.
too.
Don't get caught up. That phrase might sound simple, but it's everything. This judge used to represent clubs. She's seen how the industry works. She knows how easy it is to fall into the fast money trap and how hard it is to climb out. Her final words aren't just legal, they're lived experience. That's what makes this hearing unforgettable. It's not just about law, it's about legacy. Will Ms. Clark listen? Or will she be back in this courtroom again? In the end, the court gave Ms. Clark another shot, 6 days revoked, credit for time served, and back to probation with mandatory counseling and drug testing. But make no mistake, this is her final warning. The judge saw potential, not excuses. She spoke with authority, but also with heart. What we witnessed here wasn't just a sentencing, it was a second chance. And if Ms. Clark doesn't take it, the system won't be so forgiving next time. If you found this case as shocking as we did, make sure to hit that like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more jaw-dropping courtroom breakdowns, because sometimes justice isn't just about punishment, it's about purpose.